Well, I don't think this group needs any more motivation than we already had. You know, coming off a huge season last season, I think that was all the really motivation we needed. We've played big games to start out the season before, and no matter who the opponent is, I think we're going to come out, you know, with that fire, and we're going to come out with that intensity, and you know, especially on a big stage, I think to your point, then it definitely heightens your desire to win, and you know, kind of, you know, have that upset, and you know, but I think this opportunity is, you know, consistent with games that we've had in the past, and we can't treat it any differently. But you know, as far as motivation goes, I think just where we want to be at the end of the season, you know, and this is the first step into making that you know, road to success.
With your running game is sort of a mystery at this point. Can you update us?
Well, I think we with new guys stepping into new roles such as Gordon, you know, had some growing pains with it, but I really think it's starting to come together, especially towards the end of camp. And we're real excited to get going. We've got a good group of backs, good group of line. Tight end's doing a good job. James Pavic's doing a great job. And yeah, we're excited to get that going.
And receivers blocking downfield.
Oh, yeah. And Brian.
Carries on game days in previous years. Could you tell people what he is, what he looks like, what his style is as a runner?
Trying to think of a word. I don't know if I can.
Is he Seth Fisher? Is he?
He's a mix.
Less physical, more fit.
No, he's physical. He's fast and physical. That doesn't really help, does it?
I mean, I'd say he's definitely a power back, but you know, he has breakaway speed. You saw in the New Hampshire game, I think, is the one that stands out. I think Jacoby I think he was just tired. He needed a breather. We put Gordon in. We just call a normal inside zone play, and he was off. I mean, I think it was a 55-yard touchdown, and he really outran a couple of their secondary guys. So he's a physical guy. He loves contact, but I mean, he'll surprise some guys with his speed for sure.
Kyle, did you feel that you guys, when you have an experienced team, did that help you accelerate in learning the implementation of all the new systems and everything?
Sure. I mean, this is my third year in a row having a new offensive coordinator. So I mean, I think it's definitely a challenge learning a whole new system. But like you said, the more experienced you are, you know, you kind of move through, I guess you could say, growing pains here or there, a little bit quicker. And like you said, the more experienced guys, I think we progressed faster than we did last season. So I definitely think, you know, we're a little bit farther ahead at this point than we were last season, which is definitely comfortable, you know, knowing from our guys.
Kyle, did you do any homework, you know, as soon as Coach Garrett was hired, you know, looking at, you know, YouTube and looking at film that he had as an offensive coordinator to kind of get, you know, ready for what you were going to deal with? Absolutely.
He's been a lot of places, so, you know, you can't really pinpoint, you know, one system or one offense that he's brought to us. He's kind of taken all the offenses and kind of things from here or there that he's liked, you know, during his journey as a coach. So as soon as he came in, I talked to him, and you know, we had football talks, you know, X's and O's about things that he liked, things that I liked, and he's been great throughout the whole process. You know, getting my input and just working together with him has been, you know, a real joy, and I'm excited. I think we have a lot of good things in our offense. A lot is the same, a lot is different, and you know, he definitely has a different perspective on certain things and certain ways to run the offense. And I'm just very excited to, you know, kind of implement what he's brought to the table.
Hey, Brian, is a winning formula against an FBS opponent, Power 5 opponent, different than maybe what you'd use in the CAA or is required in the CAA?
Personally, I don't think so. I mean, from the outside looking in to a FBS game, it's a much larger scale, but at the end of the day, you know, we plan on winning that game. We plan on winning every game, but you know, a lot of times it doesn't really go that way. So, like you said, the formula, might have to switch it up a little bit, but for the most part, there's no difference between a FBS game and an FCS game other than the venue.
How much does the program's history of doing well in those games, whether you win or not, but, you know, not losing 45-3, how much does the program's history of doing well in those games kind of bolster your confidence heading up there?
It means a lot. It definitely does. It gives us something it gives us something to kind of look at, to be like, hey, maybe we can actually do this, or maybe, if we do something different, then we can actually do this.
Brian, I know this is one of the few games you guys are the underdogs in, in a lot of your other ones. I mean, I imagine you embrace this. You look forward to kind of being in front of their fans with a chance to kind of spoil their opener.
Oh yes, definitely. For me personally, it's just the venue. Like when we went up to James Madison, it was a college game day, huge. I don't know if it was sold out. It was just their stadium's huge and everything too. So just playing in a big stadium like that just gets me going. I'm excited.
How prepared are you guys to get ready for their 3-4 defense that will be a little different than what you faced a couple years ago when you guys went up there?
Well, go ahead.
I think we're pretty prepared. We see a lot of 3-4 defenses throughout the year, so it's not. I mean, it is different. They obviously have their own little twist to it, but it has something we've seen before.
Yeah, I would say in football, a lot of defenses are actually moving to 3-4. It used to be more 4-3. Now a lot of teams are moving 3 down, even 3-3 stack. We've seen Villanova year in and year out. Our defense runs a 3-4 primarily, or they have in the past, so we're prepared for any. I mean, that's one of the things. You can't go into a game saying they're going to do this exact front. They're going to use this coverage. They're going to use these blitzes because. If a team comes in and they use something else, you have to be prepared for anything. So, we definitely are prepared for their base stuff, but, BYU has shown, an under front, over front. So we're prepared for everything. I think, no matter what they do, we can't panic and we have to show that we're calm and we're collective and we know what we're doing as a group.